I just wanted to, we can make this really quick. If you want to talk to
Yeah.
Timmy after, that's totally fine. I'm not keeping Timmy. I don't think that keeping Timmy's going to be best for my going forward game, if you will. I like Timmy a lot, as a person, as a player, but at the same time, I am very threatened by her, and she knows how to keep her cards hidden, and she knows how to kind of like turn her emotions off. And I've noticed that she's really pulled away from me in recent rounds.
I think she's pulled away because you're the biggest threat in this game, Derek.
Why do you say that though?
Because you're the best social player, and you and Merle have not been up once this whole
No, I
game.
haven't been up, but I know that if I go up, I go out.
I'm getting so upset because I literally. I like love you so much, but you scared the fuck out of me in this game.
Okay. I mean,
And
I
not only
apologize because I'm
because
not
no,
trying
don't
to.
apologize. I just
Here, let me
you
get
don't
you
need
my
to
chair.
apologize. I just honestly like want yes chair.
I need my chair so I can sit and
Yes
like see,
chair.
not, yeah.
Okay. Honestly, like I'm just gonna be completely transparent with you. Um, when I was Tyrant, I did want to put you up and I did talk to you about that. And then an hour and a half later, I was like, nope, not putting Derek up. And like,
But
it's
based
not
on
that
what you told me a rumor that I had no part of. So
yes,
all I did was tell you the truth. All I did was tell you that that rumor wasn't true.
of course, of course. Um, you scare me because you can make a case for yourself. You're good at talking to people, and I love your gameplay. As a viewer, I would be like, Derek and Rayanne for winner's pick. Like, please, that would be me as a viewer. As a player,
I think,
you
but you
scare
have to
me.
realize that I've been alone this entire game. I've
But
been
that's
by
the way that
myself.
you
I've only,
play,
but
and
see, but that's I have to look out for myself. I've never had anybody else look out for me.
yes,
And I understand that that may even make me more threatening. That may be
yes,
raising the point of your case. But at the same time, I clearly don't have the social connections enough to have somebody like want to be duoed up with me, to want to be associated with me.
mm-hmm.
I know that, like, while you may say that I am threatening as a player, think about it in the grand scheme of things. As we go farther into the game, you do need to keep threats around to secure yourself to get to the end. I
Yes,
know that a lot of people have been talking about you as a big threat too.
yes, they have.
And if as one big threat to another, I think that our best bet is to keep each other around. If you
Mm-hmm.
go after me, your threat level heightens. If I
Mm-hmm.
go after you, my threat level heightens.
Yeah.
I don't have Merle, really. I know that he's aware
I
of
don't
me and
even think
threatened
I
by
have
me
Merle
too.
anymore. At this point, I don't think I have Merle because every freaking round we're arguing about like one thing or another. And like this round has been the worst because I feel like for me, every single person left in the game, I genuinely love as like a friend, as like another human being, like as people. Like I love every single person in this game. And it's getting hard for me because I am an emotional person. I
Mhm.
can be persuaded by emotion and I don't like that about myself and I've been trying to like look out for that. But like I feel like for me personally, keeping Timmy makes a little bit more sense because our like views align more with each other. And I
And
know
I
like
totally
I've
respect
talked to
that.
you about like getting Merle out and like eventually and like how I know that you can like help me with that, but I also think Timmy can help me with that. And like I get why you would want her gone because that's what would be best for your game, aka like getting closer with Ray and Corey and like all these people associated with Timmy. So it makes sense for you to keep her. It doesn't really make the most sense for me to keep her because of that threat level that she does
And I
pose.
respect that. I totally I wanted to just get on a call with you so you knew where my head was at. I am
Mm-hmm.
about to go tell Timmy myself. Uh, that I plan to vote her out.
Yeah.
I feel very conflicted as a person, but as a player, I think that this is the best thing for me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna respect no matter whatever you do. I promise you, you're your own player. I could never hold it against you for listening to your best judgment. That's all we have in this game.
Mm-hmm.
I just hope that you, beyond this vote, think about the fact of that if I go, you could follow. If you go, I could follow. You're being very straight up with me right now, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate that, because I think that, and I've said it a lot this game, but there is a power in transparency, and I'm feeling that power right now. I'm feeling a lot, very secure in a way, even though you just told me I was threatening, because I feel like everything's out on the table right now, and I do think that if I was gone, it might not help your game.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this straight up right now. If I were to win Tyrant, like, you would not. Well, okay, I don't know. There's people I would like gone before you right now who I've wanted gone way longer than before. Like, I was like, hey, look at what Derek's is doing. Like, it's working for him. But, like, there's just other people who come before you, in my point of view. So I'm not saying, like, I'm, like, physically, like, trying to get you out, like, right now. I'm just saying I do think you're a threat, and I know you think, like, I'm a threat because people have already said it, but, like, keeping threats around right now is, like, my best case scenario.
It's really been this round that people have started coming to me saying that you have the best chance to win. And I've never said you were a threat until this round, after people start, pointing that out to me.
Yeah.
It was not something I came to my own conclusion of.
That's the freaking person that I want out, but,
You said what?
I said that's the person I want out.
But it's been multiple people. It's not just one person.
Yeah.
Jovina, Ray, Zach, Billy, they've all said this to me. I've not gone to anybody and, like, started a conversation about how threatening you are. I will definitely agree when somebody wants to point it out to me. Sure, I'll agree with what anybody says.
Of course, because that's what good social players do.
I don't want you. I'm not trying to, because I'm going to respect no matter what you do. Beyond this vote too, no matter what, I have respect for your game, just as you said you have respect for mine, and I will never hold it against you as a person or even as a player. But I don't want you to do something that's going to hinder me, and as a result, possibly hinder you.
Right. Okay, so explain to me this. Timmy goes, and let's say by some miracle of God, you don't come in 6th place, and you win Tyrant.
Yes.
Who would you go after?
Truthfully, a big name has been Merle for me. I know that Merle sees through me in a way that nobody else has. I'm very intimidated by Merle as a player.
And
I think that if I went after him, it could help you as well. You would
open up the game.
Him. You wouldn't have an associated duo. I know Merle's my biggest threat. I've said since round 1 in my confessionals that Merle is my number 1 threat.
Yeah. Okay, so and then in that sense, that means would I go up next to him, or?
I truthfully, Krissy, I don't want to sound like a bitch. I don't want to sound like any type of way. But before this conversation, I never even considered putting you up.
Really?
Really. I know that you and I just vibe. Even if we don't talk all the time, I don't feel like we necessarily have to. I feel like my trust with you is that when we do go on call, we can compare notes and whatever.
Yeah, because I'm a straightforward person. I don't like beating around the bush and, like, feeding bullshit to people like Merle. Oops.
And I am just very surprised that you're coming to me like this. I'm not gonna lie. I am
like,
very blindsided.
that I think you're a threat?
That you would openly come to me and say it.
Because at this point, I feel like, what is the point of lying? Whether you have powers or you don't have powers or what the fuck ever, play your game, sis. Like, I would hope that you would come to me if you wanted to put me up or like thought I was a threat. And everyone has already said I'm a threat. Like, I don't even care about it at this point. I'm like over it. And I just want to be like straightforward and be like, hey, I want to keep Timmy because she is also a big threat. And I think that she has my back more than Zach does, because Zach literally tried to throw me under the bus to Jovina. Like, after talking to him and after making a deal with him, like, excuse the fuck out of me, sir. Like, I don't know what you're doing, but I'm not okay with that.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, sure, Timmy and Ray are a duo, but like, you have Rayanne, and I feel like you also have Corey. So for you, obviously, best case scenario is Timmy leaving, because then you have those people in your corner a little bit more than they usually would be.
Well, Corey's going to be very upset with this vote.
Oh?
Yes.
Oh.
So.
Really?
Yes. Corey and I did not discuss this. I planned on going on call with them when I got home from work, and then I realized Corey's
they're
also
at work. Yeah.
So I played myself in a way. I sent Corey a message and I let them know exactly what I'm doing, how I'm thinking, how I'm feeling. I imagine Corey is going to be upset with me, truthfully. And that's going to be my problem, my battle to fucking fight with. You know what I mean? That's going to be on me, because this is a decision I'm making. From one big threat to another, why be threatened by each other? Why not look at people who aren't as big of threats? I've heard that you said that I'm not playing the game, but when you come to me saying that I'm a threat, it's very
Who has told you I said you're not playing the game? I've never once called you a floater ever, because I know you're playing this game freaking hard, and I can see it because I like that. As a viewer, I look for the people who play like you do, and the people who play like Rayanne, like the people like Merle, the people like me, the people like Jovina. Like, I don't like those people, like, as a viewer. Obviously I don't play that way because, like, I don't know how.
You have to play what's going to best suit you.
Yeah. I know that because you are a lone wolf, people aren't going to want to take you out. And that brings your value up. And then
that's where
knowing
I disagree,
that,
because if I was nominated against Timmy this round, I know that I would have gotten the votes to go. There's a double-edged sword to everything. You can always look at something from both sides. If I was another player, I would contemplate getting myself out in that situation, because it keeps Timmy and Ray in, two bigger targets, two people who are considered a duo, who will always be bigger targets than me. There's so many people that will remain bigger targets until the end of this game over me.
Yeah.
And that, like, is kind of my undoing. Like, I feel like not being associated with the duo myself has really hindered my game, because it's making people more threatened by me. And I'm just like, I'm just playing. I'm just doing me. That's all I know.
I respect that. I love that. And I, like, again, like, as a viewer, I love it. But for me, I feel like you're just so good with everyone that when it comes down to me at the bottom of whatever totem pole it is, like,
but we're
I'm gonna go
both good
home
with everyone. So why are we? I just don't think that it's, if we both have the same interest, if we both have the same, in a sense, position, if we're both at the same status quo, we have similar mindsets, we have similar outlooks, and we think the same way.
No, I agree with you on that. And I think that's another reason I'm, like, scared of you. It's because we do think similarly. And it's like maybe we think so similarly that, like, when it comes down to the two of us, that's like a battle of like who's the best, social person, because I can't win. Like I won one thing and it was kind of by accident and like
I haven't
a
won
heart
anything.
attack in practices.
And I haven't won a single thing. I also know that as soon as I do win, I have to show my cards, and it's going to damage my game.
Okay.
You can count on me being a low-scoring player. I've never been good at counting. That's like, I'm predictable in that sense. And I know that predictability has also helped me get this far.
Yes. Okay. And also Zach wants to call me, so
yes, so we can talk more later tonight if you would like to.
This is more
like
about us than it is about them.
to.
So I feel like we can finish this later.
Definitely. I just wanted to make sure you knew where my head was at with this vote. And so whatever you do, I respect. We will talk more later tonight. Okay.
Yeah. I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to be voting the way everyone thinks I'm going to be voting tonight, but no matter what, like,
I'm not going to be upset.
Line of communication is always open. Of communication is always open. I still have no idea what I'm going to do.
Okay.
So I'm going to talk to Merle, and then I'll see you at tribal or whatever elimination.
Okay. I'll talk to you soon.
Bye, sweetie.
Okay. Bye.